Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with a collective update for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So this is for divine masculine, divine feminine, however you resonate under the spiritual umbrella, whether you're a star seed, light worker, indigo, earth angel, and so on and so on. You know how you resonate in the collective. Before I dive in, and I don't want you to fast forward, I've been getting a lot of messages via DM, email about Akashic Records session. I am available for booking. Now, I'm going to explain to you why it is important for you to get your Akashic Records done. So with your Akashic Records, it goes deep into what happened in your past life. It goes deep into what happened, why you are the way you are. It goes deep into, you know, things that happen within your family and what needs to be healed. It goes back into what you were, what you did in many past lives, whatever the gatekeepers will allow me to see. And so that's why it's important. So, for example, with my divine counterpart, before I had my Akashic records, I kept seeing pieces of visions, like me running in the forest, me like frantically looking for someone. And then after I had my Akashic records, me and my mentor put both stories together, and it made perfect sense. And then fast forward, I got more glimpse of, the vision. So, for example, my divine masculine and I were together in the Egyptian times, and it was beautiful. And I did that one on my own as to see how far I could go into the Akashic. And then in one past life, I was my divine masculine's teacher. In another past life, I remember seeing us standing next to a dolphin, the healing pool, because we were bringing people to the pool to be healed, and that was in Atlantean times, and we bore crystals on our forehead, and so did the dolphins. And so for those of you who don't understand, or maybe like, oh my God, this is amazing, you can reach out to me, you can email me. But with your past life regression, it's basically you understanding where your karma is coming from, what happened in your past life, and what you need to do to heal it in this life. Because sometimes you constantly get drawn to the same scenario, and you're wondering, like, why am I replaying the same things over? Why am I repeating cycles? Why am I repeating this karma? That's where your past life record session comes in. So for those of you who've reached out to book sessions, I wrote you back and gave you my availability. You can book online on my website as well. And you can also Google, find out information to what it is that you're looking for when you want to have a session. And I also posted in my community tab a testimonial from one of the clients who's also an amazing spiritual person too. And she wrote this beautiful email, and I was just like, man, I'm just happy, to do what I do. And you'll see the exchange is so fair. Like my exchange is only 180. You'll go and look at other past life regressions, and they're 500, 600. And it's because, we have that gift. For some people go to school for it. I didn't have to go to school for it. You have that gift to be in that hypnotic state where you can tune into your client and pull out everything with the permission of the gatekeepers. Again, if there's something the gatekeepers don't want you to know, I will not be able to access that part of the books. But other than that, if they are willing to open up the books and let me in, I can see whatever it is that I need to see. But whatever you need to know, that's imperative, for that session, you will get all that information. It is an hour, and it is over the phone until I get my office space up and running, and we can do in-person sessions, okay? So sorry about that spiel. To all of you, you are so amazing. Over 400 subscribers within the last 2 weeks. Loving you so much. You guys are getting the message. You're understanding what is being communicated to you. A lot of you guys have been writing to me, so sending you lots of love and light. To all of you who've been following me on my journey thus far, you rock. I'm proud of you for doing the work. And if you guys would like to donate to the channel, you can. If not, subscribing to the channel is the same form as an energy exchange donation, okay? Now, let's dive into the reading. You guys also can follow me on Instagram. That's a form of energy exchange donation as well, at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. Okay. Now, for the collective, this is for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And so the first card out, we have the Knight of Emotions. Now, I want you to put in your memory what the Knight of Cups look like. And so here we have someone that's slowly coming forward to make an offer, to show some emotion. Maybe in the past, your divine counterpart wasn't able to show emotions, really hid their emotions, but now they're a knight. So they're amping up, getting that courage to come forward and show some emotions, explain how they feel, express what's been on their mind, and also communicating to you that, they knew that they didn't do right by you in some way, form, or fashion. Or if they don't come out, verbally and say it, this is what they're feeling on the inside, okay? Spirit's giving me a nudge on that, okay? So the next card out is the Queen of Emotions. So this is the Queen of Cups. And so, the energy is just all about emotions, and it's not a coincidence being the fact that we have all these lunar solar eclipses, retrogrades, and all these shifts and light codes and everything that's happening to all of us as a collective. We have been definitely in our feelings, right? And so with this, temper your feelings. Really go into solitude. I don't mean cut people off, but really go into solitude. And when you get those emotions or things rising up, you want to say, where's this coming from, and how can I direct it forward? Call on your ancestors. Your ancestors are supporting you so much at this time. So with the Queen of Emotions, this is the energy, as well as the Knight of Emotions, where we are really pouring out our soul. We are really, allowing our hearts to be shown at this time. And this is very important, being the fact that we're in the new age of Aquarius. That's what we're gearing up to. And we want to make sure that, we're doing our part, as in raising the collective, okay? So the next card out, we have the Eight of Inspiration. I do believe these are wands. So let's check. The Eight of Inspiration, I really do feel these are wands, but I don't want to give you guys, wrong information. Let's see if I'm right. I may not be right. And if this reading resonates with you guys, you can book me for a reading. That information is below in the description box. Okay, yep, I was right. The wands are inspiration, okay? So with the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Inspiration, this talks about communication, movement forward. And I can also read in the book what this represents as well, so that way you guys are in the know. And so we know that the Eight of Wands talks about communication. It also represents the fire element. This talks about travel speed, free-flowing energy, movement, breaking free of stuck patterns, running with an idea when inspiration hits, okay? So this talks about ephemeral chances. Yes, ephemeral chances. So this is the energy that we're gearing towards up to the lunar eclipse. And so it talks about chances. It talks about moving forward. It talks about, rapid movement. And this is what's happening within the collective. So it's not a coincidence that a lot of you guys are really trying to, move on the right vibration when it comes to this journey, because you know that your divine counterpart is a part of this journey, a part of the mission that must be completed, right? And a lot of you guys, we have been feeling so drained. We have been feeling overtired. We have been feeling different energies moving through our body. If this is resonating with you, you can write in the comment section. And when that happens, you have to sit still and say, okay, what am I being, downloaded with right now? What gifts am I being downloaded with? Because what I'm noticing when we're getting those downloads, and especially for me, the Sagittarius eclipse was rough. The Capricorn eclipse, I'm feeling the energy, because I'm a Sun Sag and a Cap rising. Literally 2 days I would have been in Capricorn. And so with this here, this is the energy that we're gearing up to. And it's been so many emotions around. You walk outside, you see people arguing, you see people fighting, you see people short-tempered, and you are just sitting there like they are lost in the sauce. And you just have to just let your light shine and try to, do your part as, a spiritualist, light worker, indigo, star seed, however you resonate, to keep your vibration high, to continue to do what you've been called to in regards to the mission. Okay. And so when I see this moon, in my mind, something kept saying super moon, super moon, super moon. So something's really going to be significant around the next super moon. The overall energy, we have the two of emotions. So in the Rider-Waite deck, that's the two of cups. And you see how these two individuals are like engulfed in water, like swimming around the fishes and like being their true, genuine selves, and really admiring each other. And this is what it talks about, like the twin flames that are resonating in divine masculine and divine feminine. This is the overall energy, like we are coming together. You may not be seeing it yet in the physical, but with this card coming out, it's definitely happening in the 5D. And as we do the work, I said we, not just divine masculine, not just divine feminine, as we do the work, we're going to, come together in union, however our contract is set up for us, right? Because we all have that soul contract. Now let's dive into the Twin Flame Oracle, Mystic Moon Oracles. So for Divine Masculine, the first card out is Metamorphosis. So your Divine Masculine is going through a change. They're seeing things differently. They are going through their spiritual awakening, for some who understands. And for some of them, they don't know what's happening to them, but they know they're not being the same as they were, right? And that's because Spirit is really guiding them, really pushing them right now. For a handful of the Divine Feminines, your Divine Masculine only knows what a soulmate is, and your divine masculine may be caught in between. Do I choose this soulmate? Do I choose this twin flame? However it resonates. But for some of you, they don't know what a twin flame means. They only understand what a soulmate is, and they know this is a divinely guided connection. They know this is something special because they can't pull away from you. They can't shake you out of their energy. No matter how hard they try to shut you out, it's impossible. All right. And that's where that runner, chaser, push, pull dynamic comes in. When I saw the Mask card fall out for the Divine Masculine, I was like, got it. So with this Mask card coming out, they're pulling off the mask. They're starting to see things as we see things, right? And for some of them that are new on their journey, yes, they may have a mask because they're not understanding what's happening. But remember, we're all on different wavelengths, right? And so for the Divine Masculines that are a little bit farther on their journey with their Divine Feminine, the mask is falling off. They're starting to see their wrongs. They're trying to right their wrongs, and they may not even come off, friendly or nice, but in their heart, they're like, you know what, yeah, well, just call me tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? But in their heart, they're just like, man, I love this person. Like, I can't walk away from them. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the energy that's around the Divine Masculine. When I saw grief, a lot of the Divine Masculines may have, been on furlough, or may have, had to work from home, or sadly even may have lost their job. So with the grief, they have to deal with your connection on the 5D level, on the 3D level, what's really been, niggling at their heartstrings. But then they also have to look at, I have a family, or, I have kids, or I have this, there's other things that's contributing to this grief, right? So the next card, and what's special about this video, this session today, is when I was pulling the cards for the Divine Masculine, Spirit said, pull two more, one more, two more, and two more came out, right? And guess what came out? Balancing the scales. So they just want an equal give and take right now. They know that in the past that it was not an equal give and take. And this is what they want to do now. For those of you who are resonating, again, you may be on different waves. Only you know what wave you're on by how you receive the information, okay? The next card for the Divine Masculine is Union. In some way, form, or fashion, they know they want to be connected to you, not just in their dreams when they're consistently seeing you, but also in the 5D, also in the 3D. Remember, we're going to merge from that 5D energy where we come to the realization in the 3D. And that's when you know it's on and popping after that, right? So we're going to dive into Divine Feminine. So with Divine Feminine, First card out is Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine doesn't have to question anymore. Divine Feminine isn't worrying his or her brain anymore because they understand this is my Divine Masculine. I know for sure now this is my Divine Masculine. Even with, the energy shifts, changes, and things like that, they have come to realize that, their person is their Divine Masculine. The next card out, cycles. So they're understanding what the cycles are for. When you be together, then you go into separation, be back together, then go in separation, because every time you guys are away from each other, you heal. You come back, okay, not right now, step apart, heal. So you notice that every time your Divine Masculine comes back, they're a little bit better than when they left, right? So if that's resonating with you, comment in the comment section. The next card out for Divine Feminine is settling. When this card came out, immediately I was like, no, I get it. It's not about settling. It's about finally settling and understanding what this connection is. Finally realizing what this connection is. Finally saying, I'm not going to have anxiety. I'm not going to worry myself. I'm not going to stress out. I'm going to settle in my heart, in my mind, about what I know this is. Like, I've come to the conclusion, pretty much. Right? So if the conclusion card would have came out, it would have said it like that. And for others who are on the journey, the beginning phases, you're feeling like you're settling for less. You feel like you deserve so much more. Why can't your divine counterpart give you what you require and deserve? And so for some of you guys that's a little bit, longer on your journey, some of you wonder if am I settling, or like, what am I doing? But you'll see how that energy starts to change. The next card out, a lot of the Divine Feminines are being observers. They're just watching. They're like, doing their work, stepping into their power, and they're watching. They're being the observer instead of everything that the Divine Masculine does or sees on social media. They're reacting. Now it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back, and I wanna let your actions show me what you're capable of doing in regards to our connection, right? All right, the overall energy we have received. So somebody's received some messages here, whether it be Divine Feminine, whether it be Divine Masculine, but it's the light codes, it's the downloads, it's the visions, it's the meeting in the astral plane. Like, they are starting to get it, right? And remember, if your Divine Masculine isn't that awakened as you are, or haven't, stepped to that phase yet, all of this is very uncomfortable. Think about you when you're getting your light codes, when you're getting your downloads. You know how your body feels, right? One part feels like it's in the 3D. The other part, you're on planet Pluto. I've had that experience where I had to reach out to my mentor and said, I feel like I'm dying. Like, what's happening to me? And that's when I realized, after she, did my session, and I was able to do more gifts that I didn't even know about, that's what it was. Like, your physical body has to adjust to what is being downloaded to you, right? Because the world is shifting, and our body has to be able to keep up with it, right? So that is beautiful. Let's dive into the cards that wanted to show themselves. Fresh start, refocus, vibration, nostalgia. So these are some great energies here, right? Which means you guys are always in each other's hearts, okay? So we're going to dive into the messages for the collective. So the first card out is trust. And it says, it is safe to trust in this situation. It is safe to trust in this situation. Before, you probably felt like you couldn't, if you're lying, I'm flying. That's how you felt. The next card out is self-care, okay? Self-care. It says, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So these heavy energies, these shifts, these changes, these eclipses, you'll notice you're so fast to just go off on your divine counterpart. What Spirit is asking us to do is take a step back, think about, acknowledge what's happening within our energy. What are they communicating to us, or what are they not communicating to us, and then respond. But when we respond, try your best to remember to respond with love, okay? The next card out is release. Radical acceptance, surrender can help you let go. Radical acceptance, surrender can help you let go. Okay? So, radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. So just let go and let God. Everything else will fall in alignment, okay? If it's not aligned, you should not have the time. The overall energy, obsession. So it says, someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. And so me, as a divine feminine, I know for a fact these 4 weeks, 5 weeks, my mind has been on overdrive. And, triggers, everything. And it's just like, even if you and your divine counterpart just recently started back communicating, and boom, here comes the eclipse, here comes a shift, here comes a download. You got to really be able to prepare yourself for those things. And how you know that you've completely healed is when those things happen, you can immediately transmute that energy and let it go. Okay? Now, the cards that wanted to show themselves, awakening. Okay? So it says, both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformation. All right? So this is the energy. It says healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. And so this is what's coming up and being purged, okay? The next one, marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union, all right? And so everyone's union is different. Everyone's union is different, okay? So let's dive into the Moonology spread for Divine Masculine. So the first card out, got that? So it says, confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo, right? So let's watch that energy when the new moon in Leo arrives, because confidence is your key to success. And this is for Divine Masculine. The next card that came out, step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So they're going to have that energy of stepping out of their comfort zone. They're going to want to be in their confidence. They're going to want to really be in their glow up when it comes to the Leo season, new moon in Leo. Okay? For Divine Feminine, a new start is coming. A new start is coming. And it says new moon, right? So I'm already feeling the energies with the full moon. Like, it's not even all the way full yet, and I'm just over here, crown chakra, crip walking. It's just a lot. But I needed to get on here and do this message for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn, because it's going to be very significant for all of us. Okay, so for the Work Your Light, the Divine Masculine card that came out is share your voice. So Spirit is nudging them to open up, to communicate, to speak their truth. And it says, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. All right? So speak your truth, acknowledge, be who you are. Okay? For Divine Feminine, protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And so when I spoke earlier about the Akashic Records, right? I had a session on Monday night. Normally when I reach out to my mentor, I'm like, am I good? Am I okay? Like, yeah, I'll let you know if something's going on. I reached out on Monday and my mentor was like, you need to call me. And, I reached out via text, but her energy is like so powerful and strong. And so, I called her, we had a session, and what, my mentor had to do was go back into my past lives and heal some things within my Divine Masculine and I's connection. And what, the information that, I got was just really an aha moment. Sometimes your divine counterpart is just not ready for the spiritual transformation. And not saying they're not going to awaken and do what they need to do, but if they had a past life where they were highly spiritual, highly sought after, highly, on that high level of, being a monk or guru or something like that, where they had power, in the next life they may not want to be, they want to be, laying low. In some cases, some of your, divine counterparts were killed for their gifts. I know in one of my past lives, I was a male, and yes, that happened to me. And so, you know, you have to understand what, you know, happened in your past so you can know how to move within your future, right? All right, so the next card is the overall energy, and we have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. And so some of you guys are oracles, some of you guys are high priestesses or high priests, and you have all of these gifts within you. And when you're not using them, you'll notice how your body isn't reacting to the 3D in the right way. And so this is very important that you understand your gifts, understand where they come from, understand your lineage, because it helps you in the long run. Okay? So we're going to dive into your gifts. So for Divine Masculine, we have trust. We got this twice for Divine Masculine in different decks, okay? And so with trust, it says, trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. So a lot of you, a lot of your Divine Masculines have the gift of sight, and they also have strong intuition, and they dream, but instead of them writing them down, they just, you know, shake it off as, oh, I just had a dream. So when I asked my Divine Masculine one time, have you ever dreamed about me? Like, I have before. And they look at it as a dream. We that are more awakened, we pay attention, we write things down. And it's not a coincidence that fast forward to the future, you see some things come to fruition. And so this is what Spirit is saying. Trust your vision, trust your intuition, like you're not being led astray, okay? For the Divine Feminine, you guys got two. The first card out is teaching, okay? So it says, you inspire young people to learn. So a lot of you guys are going to help a lot of the younger generation within light workers, star seeds, indigos, golden children. Help them understand their gifts. Help them know how to use their gifts, right? And when you start this young, when you're older, you are a force to be reckoned with. And that is a beautiful thing. Like many of us, we got our gifts late, or we recognized them late and didn't understand them until late. And then now we're being fast tracked. And so what my mentor said to me was that, you know, you are expanding and excelling at a rate that I didn't even expand or excel in. You know, my mentor met me when I was looking for mentors, right? And it was 2 years ago when I just started my awakening. And I called and was like, hey, I'm just looking for a mentor. I found her online. And she was like, yeah, I got to go meditate. You know, I'll call you back. We never connected. Fast forward, I needed a healing session. I called her, and as soon as I heard her voice, I remembered. I was like, oh, I'm like, she was like, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I was looking for a mentor. And she's like, oh, okay, you know. And now we're like, you know, hey, you know, this is going on. This is what's happening. And she was the one who got me over my fear and told me, no, I will not take your clients. You know, you've built your clients. They're your, you know, what you keep dear to your heart, basically. And she was saying that you're going to do it. Spirit says you can do it. Do it. And then I also saw someone online where they were saying, like, you know, yeah, I just, you know, I'm almost done, you know, in college. You know, I didn't even know you can go to college for this. But it's within the psychology field, where she was getting her, you know, degree within Akashic records and stuff like that. And I was like, how is that possible that, like, some people are learning how to do it, yet here I am, and I'm just fearful because I don't want to see something that's going to traumatize me when I go in. And when I finally got the courage and I went in with my client, it was the most beautiful feeling ever. Yes, it takes a lot. It drains you completely drained. You're completely drained. But that experience and that in the way, you know, those gatekeepers move around that library and pull your stories down and communicate, you know, what has happened, what you need to work on, even, you know, information for the future. Like, it was beautiful. And I was just like, wow. And then my client gave that beautiful testimonial, and I was just like, yeah, I'm like, I'm really dope. You know, it made me smile, because sometimes we are so hard on ourselves and we're just like, you know, can do all these amazing things, and it's like people treat you like you're regular. And you have to set that tone that I'm not regular, that I'm not just like anybody else, because I'm here to do what I'm called to do. I'm here for the mission. And I feel grateful that God, Source, Spirit, Divine, has chosen me to do what I need to do in regards to raising the vibration of the universe. So guys, don't ever dim down who you are. You be proud of what you are. You be proud of your gifts, and you be proud of where you're going, because you're going somewhere great. All right. So the next card for Divine Feminine is Protected. Okay. So it says you are safe and supported while you change your career. So a lot of you, I've seen your, you know, messages in the inbox. You've started your spiritual career, like you're stepping out on faith, and you're getting results, versus when you're trying to stick and do what society wants you to do. That's not your calling. Your calling is what comes to you naturally. Your calling is what is divinely set for you. And you'll know, because what your calling is tied to, you will never have to struggle with it. It will come easy like that, right? The overall energy for the collective is family. So it says, loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose, right? So this is the energy that we need to be in. And this is beautiful. People treat you how you treat yourself. You treat yourself with so much love, they can't come to you with anything less, right? All right, guys. So those are your messages for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. Let me know how this resonates after the lunar eclipse in Capricorn passes. Let me know what came to fruition for you guys. Don't forget, the full moon is coming. The full moon is coming. And so we have to get our manifestations out. We have to get our crystals charged. It is time. Manifest greatly. Look into that moon and say what you want to see. Write your affirmations down on a piece of paper. Put your crystals on it, whatever ones you have. You do a little dance. You charge it up. Burn your incense, and you get down. You are magnificent manifestors, and don't you forget that. All right, guys. Love and light.